It's time for Happy Halloween edition. Guess who's here? So we're doing Halloween stuff, and as you guys know, we're gonna be sharing some ghost stories, like realistic ghost stories.
Things that actually happened
to us recently here.
In your culture, you guys believe that babies can see ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Is that a Filipino thing or
I don't know, I have no idea. But it was always a thing that little kids or babies can see spirits. And then I actually have cousins that they're fully grown and they remember seeing ghosts and stuff like that.
That's so creepy.
Yeah. And so she doesn't really believe it until we actually had a baby. We actually have a whole list of things that happen here.
These are
so
things that happen.
I'll start with a really simple one. I'm sure a lot of you guys can just discount it, but you know, when you're feeding the baby's looking at something
specific spots,
and
always
tracking, and they're not supposed to be old enough to track, but they were always like, it was weird. It was like looking at something behind me.
And there's nothing there, like it's
all
a
the
wall,
time.
a blank wall.
Yeah, it would be like the ceiling or something like that, and it would be at nighttime.
And then she'll like smile at it.
Yeah, and it's just like
creepy.
It's not just looking around. It's like they're seeing something.
Yeah, and like interacting with something.
So that was kind of like, at first I was like, okay, there's probably spirits here. But then it goes crazier. Okay, what's the next one?
Our light. When we were doing shifts, we'd stay out in the living room and the other person sleeps for a solid 5 hours or whatever. So I went to go to bed. I shut the door and it's pitch black in there. And then, I don't know how you, so it's like this lamp. There's a slidey control, so like it doesn't accidentally get bonked and turned on.
There's a physical hard switch
that slides
that you need to press to slide. And we'll show like the footage of it.
Yeah.
And there's no other way to turn on this light.
I was trying to fall asleep and then I rolled over and I just opened my eyes and then the light slowly turned on by itself, and there's no way that like he could have tricked me or anything because the switch is
outside and the baby.
The switch is hidden behind the bookshelf or the dresser and you can't like just sneak. Anyway, so it slowly rose on and just stopped at the most dim, like it was lighter than the dimmest, but it was such a creepy dim light that it stayed on, and I took a picture of it so you can see how fucking creepy it is here. And I freaked out and I ran out here.
I should just sleep on the floor, or tried to, and since then she slipped the door open.
Yeah, with a light on in the bedroom.
Yeah.
The other side.
Yeah, we like pulled the plug out of the other one and
I would not, that's my side of the bed, and I would not go to my side of the bed. I wouldn't even walk over there. Oh man, it was so scary.
Creepy.
It was so creepy.
Okay.
And it's real, like it sounds fake, but it's real. Okay.
Next one.
The lock.
Okay. So we've got two deadbolts in the door. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. I used to use the top one, but then the key was like all finicky and stuff, so I stopped using it. And so I never touched the lock. And then one day I noticed that the deadbolt on the top lock was like slanted. It's supposed to rest horizontally and it was just crooked. I was like, well, that's weird. So I like touch it and it's super loose and I'm like, that's so weird, and I spin it back and make it tight again.
Yeah.
And then like a couple days later it falls off.
It just fell completely forward off the wall.
We'll show you a picture here.
So this doesn't just like fall off, like look, it's got a little notch in there and everything. It's like held into place even when it's loose.
Yeah.
We don't put a key in there, we don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
We even had it taped on, like taped so that we don't accidentally use it.
Yeah.
And it just jumped forward and fell off.
It just fell off on its own.
From nothing.
It's weird. So strange. Okay, next one.
Oh, I'm freaking myself out just telling these stories. Okay, this one's so fudging creepy.
What's this one?
The couch one. Okay, so again, it was when we were taking turns with the baby and we had her in the bassinet out here and he was doing his sleeping shift, and it was the middle of the night and I was lying on the couch and there's no room under the couch for someone to get under there. All of a sudden one day I'm just lying there flat and I feel someone or something punch up under the couch into my back. freaked out. Like I was like, what the hell was happening? But I didn't want to wake up Babu because he was like sleeping soundly. But I was like, what the hell? And I peeked under the couch and like all this stuff with like my phone flashlight. It was like freaking out, and the baby's sleeping, so I can't do much of anything. But I was so tired, so I was like, okay, maybe I just imagined it. Must have been dreaming or something. So then I went back onto the couch, and it happened again. It happened again. Like I literally felt someone punch me through the couch.
Creepy.
But I think it must have been a spring popping, but I don't even know that there's springs in there. And the foam is this thick, so like how would I even feel that?
I don't know. This is so weird.
The couch is fine. There's no loose springs or anything. You'll see. We'll show
I
you.
have no idea.
It was so fucking creepy.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Next one. The next story.
electric panel.
Oh yeah. So I'll show you what the electrical panel looks like. There's a knob that you actually have to physically push to release the panel open. And I never touch the electrical panel because like everything works here, I rarely touch it. So like I'm just walking around one day and I noticed that the panel door is open.
Like wide open.
No, just like maybe like that wide open, but like still I'm like, who touched it? And I asked you, I'm like, oh Deborah, did you have to do anything to the lights? She's like, no. I was like, oh, and I didn't want to freak her out and say anything, so I just kept it to myself.
Yeah, he didn't tell me this until we were planning this video, and he's like, oh yeah, this thing happened. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, oh wait, I know why you didn't tell me.
Yeah,
And I
freak
kind
her
of
out.
still wish you didn't tell me.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't just, it doesn't pop open on its own.
Yeah,
There's a
doesn't-
physical switch you have to push.
What's going on in here?
Yeah. Okay, how many's left?
2 more.
2 more, okay.
So, closet shelf.
Okay, one day I'm feeding the baby and it's like 5 in the morning or something. And then all of a sudden I hear this huge thing in the
Crash.
closet crashing and I'm like, what the hell? And it's the shelving in our closet. But what's weird is when you look at the shelving, and I'll show you
There's
videos,
no
there's
way
no way it would have been
for
able
it
to
to-
lift up and out of the little like, this is where it fits in
Yeah.
to lift up
How
and
does
then
it-
fall over. It's so weird. And I never touched the closet. It's had no issues in the past. I've had no problems. We hang things there, put stuff there. We never shake it or anything. And then all of a sudden it just falls on its own.
Like how? Like it literally would have had to get lifted out, pulled forward, and drop. Like
So that's that.
So when we talk about like now that we're
was
talking about
freaking
them
out.
all together, it's really freaking creepy.
Yeah. Well, this baby's older now and I feel like that moment's passed.
Thank God.
Anyway, the last one. Oh, weird dreams. Yeah, and I remember getting lots of weird dreams during
All
that
of
time.
like both of us, like
really
insanely
creepy,
vibrant,
like violent,
creepy.
vivid, horror,
that's the word.
nightmare type dreams. Or like so stressful that they feel like nightmares, but they might
And
not.
you wake up and you're like
Yeah.
dying. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was weird.
That's a boring one to end on.
I know, but still, like-
it all ties in.
And then I think there was one where I had a nightmare that night that you had your springy thing.
Oh yeah.
So like they kind of coincide, and then I remember I had a dream with my dad who's passed away,
Oh yeah, that was sad.
and that was like, so you know those things kind of pop up around those times. I think it's a Chinese thing, but you guys tell us, is it a superstition that you guys have? Have you noticed things too? It's uncommon. I don't know. I feel like a lot of haunted like horror stories that you in those movies, the kids are
There's
always the ones
kids involved. Yeah.
that are interacting with the ghost. There could be something there.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
But I don't think I was ever scared of it. You just kind of feel like that's just family visiting, but
Yeah.
it is still kind of weird. Anyway, so tell us your stories. What do you guys do
Yeah.
for Halloween? We're not doing anything.
Yeah, this is the first time ever we can't do anything for Halloween because we're doing a mini reno, which we'll tell you more about in a future video.
Yeah, so we're busy with that, and
And
right
so-
now it's just with the baby. It's hard to do anything for Halloween.
Yeah.
So
So it's kind of
Here
sad
we go.
because that's our thing. Halloween's our thing.
I know we'll have to make up for it.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed our creepy stories. And these, like, it sounds fake, but these are 100% real, true things that happened to us within the last.
You know they're
3
real because
months.
we didn't really go into any much detail. I feel like.
If they're fake, you'd have like all these fake details.
Yeah.
It was exactly 7 p.m. I remember because I looked at my watch and then I heard the snowing.
Yeah. It happened 30 miles east of Vancouver.
Longitude, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
latitude,
It was a 30-minute drive west of
16 paces
Broadway.
south.
Something stupid like that.
Thanks for watching. Good. Oh yeah, tell us if you have ghost stories. If you have ghost stories, tell us in the comments below or email them to us, and then we'll share your scary ghost stories in a video.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks for watching.
Okay.
Goodbye.